Este crazy, no?
Wow. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Ah! Oh. Mm, 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 mm. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the JB Show on the Revolutionary Blackout Network. It is so good to see every single person here today. Just to let you guys know that the JB Show is on the Revolutionary Blackout Network every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Warm welcome to all of you. And just to let you guys know, I'm also on RBN Live on Tuesdays at 4 and the Sabby and JB Show on Thursdays at 6. Please make sure to give this video and this stream a beautiful, gorgeous, revolutionary thumbs up. And also click the bell icon and subscribe if you are new. So, what did I just show at the outset? Let's share it again, shall we? Because it's stuff like this that it just makes you go, oh. So, I just want to share this again. And I'm going to leave the sound off since I already shared it already. But yeah, this is some base stuff going on right here. Now, if you didn't know what's going on right now, this is in front of the presidential palace in Sri Lanka. And what's going on in Sri Lanka is there has been a massive civil unrest that is going on in the country. And instead of just accepting what was going on, the people decided to take action and really take over their presidential palace. Now, you might have some people that say, well, that's just wrong. They shouldn't be doing that, blah, blah, blah. They should just go out and vote. Well, apparently, as you can see here, right, that they said, yeah, that's not working. So we're going to take matters into our own hands. We are going to oust the president, right? And so that's what they did. But why did they do that? Why in the world would they decide to, surround the presidential palace and oust them? Well, let's go to the article to see exactly as to why. Let's go to this article from the AP. Let me make sure that it is large enough for everyone to see as well. And so it says, explainer why Sri Lanka's economy collapsed and what's next. So this starts off in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's prime minister said late last month that the island nation's debt-laden economy had collapsed as it runs out of money to pay for food and fuel, short of cash to pay for imports of such necessities, and already defaulting on its debt. It is seeking help from neighboring India and China and from the International Monetary Fund. Dun dun dun. Prime Minister Ranil uh, Wickremesinghe, who took office in May, was emphasizing the monumental task he faced in turning around an economy he said was heading for quote unquote rock bottom. On Saturday, he and President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, I'm sorry, agreed to sign the mounting pressure from protesters who stormed both their residences and set fire to one of them. Sri Lankans are skipping meals as they endure shortages and lining up for hours to try to buy scarce fuel. I'm going to read this part again so that everybody knows what's going on. Sri Lankans are skipping meals as they endure shortages and lining up for hours to buy scarce fuel. It is a harsh reality for a country whose economy has been growing quickly with a growing and comfortable middle class until the latest crisis deepened. How serious is this crisis? The government owes $51 billion and is unable to make interest payments on its loans to the International Monetary Fund, by the way, let alone put a dent in the amount borrowed. Tourism, an important engine of economic growth, has sputtered because of the pandemic and concerns about safety after terror attacks in 2019, and is currently has collapsed by 80%, making imports more expensive and worsening inflation that is already out of control, with food costs rising 57%, according to official data. Data. So there's a lot going on in the world, right? There's a lot going on in the world, and it's really indicative of what's going on here. And so with that, that's one of the reasons why I played that at first. Because the people are actually rising up because they are at their wits' end. These people are like you and me, right? At our wits' end, we're sick and tired of it. And so we're all there are on the other side of the world banding together to really make a concrete change instead of this piecemeal milk toast change that our governments tend to try to do. With that being said, I want to first make sure that I say my hellos to everybody in the chat, the beautiful people. Gabriel starts off with the chat, says this will happen in many countries in the coming months. Just watch some of the prepping channels. Energy and fuel shortages are only the tip of the iceberg. Yes, Gabriel. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Jean is in the house saying, hello, everyone. Congratulations to the people of Sri Lanka. Solidarity with the people of Sri Lanka. Earl says they saw what happened to Abe and said, we coming for you next. For you next. Ooh, and by the way, from what I'm finding out, Shinzo Abe was a fascist by the very definition. So I'm not shedding no tears for Shinzo Abe. I'm just saying. Jean says, and Chile and Colombia. And she continues to say, we need support the people of Ecuador in their current battle against the neoliberal government. Yes, thank you so much. Eric Gray is also in the chat, says, will the people of the United States finally rise? Only time will tell, I suppose. Absolutely. And so that's the question that I actually have too. Great minds think alike, Eric. Thank you so much, because I was thinking the same thing. Where Pilgrim is in the house saying, hey, everybody. Hey, Dr. Nick. I'm sorry, Simpson mine. So good to see you, Where Pilgrim. Christian Gomez says, let's go, JB. I loved your interview with Shama not too long ago. Thank you so very much. And also, just to let you know, if you're more interested in things that Shama has to say or the organization that she's involved with, you guys can look up Socialist Alternative, give them a look. Because the thing is that part of what's revolutionary is going towards revolutionary organizations that also will help in trying to dismantle a capitalist world so that we can have something that is actually better for all versus just a select few at the top. So I do encourage people to look up Socialist Alternative as well. CBC Panquake is in the house saying, rise up, rise up. Yes, rise up. So good to see you also in here as well. All right. Robin Ryan is in here. Yes, you saw me, and now I'm in your face. How you like them apples? I like apples, by the way. Apple pie, apple cobbler, apple bottom jeans, boots, but fur. Sorry, let me stop. Anna Jackson says, pool party. Oh, don't ruin the surprise, Anna. Don't ruin the surprise. I got that coming too. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see some people and some swimming. All right. Harry Christopher is in here saying, James, why the camera view so different lately? Also, love your haircut, dude. Thank you so much. The haircut was a present from my brother. My birthday was 2 weeks ago. So he was like, yeah, you need a haircut. I'm like, yes, I do. Thank you. You just liberated me. So he decided to get me and go. Zzz. So that's what happened. The different view is I finally built my desk. Finally, it happened to me right in front of my face, and I just can't describe it. Yes, I have my desk now, so I finally built it. Gosh, no more doing these streams from my bed. So I'm more legit now. Thank God. So thanks, Harry. Appreciate it. All right. So Brandy Weaver is in the chat. Hello, Brandy Weaver. So good to see you. MK10 MK1017 says, I think it's backed by NGOs. What do you think? The protests? That would be interesting. Gene says JB took this 4 months of organizing and protest to took 4 months of organizing and protest to get to this point. Very interesting. Thank you so much for letting me know that. I'm turning into a mad Twitter. So Gado is in the chat. So good to see you. Gary Seth says, did I miss the Air Jordan sneaker giveaway? Oh no, there is no Air Jordan sneaker giveaway, but if there was, then well, I'd be there because I need some sneakers. I really need some sneakers. I ain't got no. But the only sneakers I have are ones that I cut the grass in. That's it. I don't really have sneakers. I really need some sneakers, even some cheapos. All right. It was organized by the political party called the United People's Force. Is that a left-wing party, right-wing party, neoliberal party? What do you know, Gene? Let a brother know, because I'm curious about that. We have Yipper99 in the chat as well. And Franken Kidding says, good morning, Sunday morning. It's probably morning time from where you're at. It's the early afternoon here. But either way, welcome wherever in the world you are. All right. Gary says you live by the IMF, you die by the IMF. Yep. These central banks, they are something notorious. Baby. They are notorious. And the thing is that do not. They're like loan sharks, and the moment they give you the money, they own you, and they'll own you pretty much for the rest of your life. Mm. So wait, chat thingy, don't go so fast. What in the world is wrong with you, man? What what Sabi said about this chat thing, this thing automatically scrolling down all the way to the bottom without me telling it to. You're wrong for that. God will get you for that. StreamYard. Okay. Um, I don't know how to pronounce your username, but hello. Says PM was living high on the hog. No problem with electricity or luxuries. Ooh. Yeah, that'll cause people to revolt. I'm telling you. Randy is in the house saying, "Hi, everyone. So good to see you." Uh, this is a good question. How will the USA NATO interfere in this new government? Huh. They will interfere unless they already have some powers that be in place, that were in place before the vacuum. I I don't know. I hope not, but the United States, they always got to be there waiting. Extra Boya is in the house. Uncle Warren, good afternoon. So good to see you here as well. Paladin's Ghost says, "What's good, fam?" JB, hello. Hello to you too. Nappy K says, "What's good, JB?" It is all good up in here. Looking good. Wait. Hold on. Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. I remember coming to Trading Places. That was a funny movie. All right. At least 5 people died in the protest, and over 150 people were injured. Wow. Well, that many people gathered, there's bound to be some people uh, that things like that happen to. Because there's going to be people disagreeing, or there may be people who may accidentally trample over somebody. Yeah, that's the only problem. I feel bad about that. Um, Holly Horn, hello. So good to see ya. MJ, Anti-Imperialist Party. Sup, MJ, Anti-Imperialist Party. So good to see you. See, Michael Pino says, "Amen, Godsmack." The warning class. All right. Dan Uko says, "I'm hoping this is one of those color revolution." Me too. Me too. All right. Eric is here. It says, "Our military fascist state is crashing the petrodollar while America is circling the drain." It is definitely circling the drain. Let me see. And who else is also in the chat that I didn't get to see? Gore, son of nuns. Much love to you as well. All right. Thank you so much, Holly. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Sammy is in the chat. Yo, my sister from another mister. So good to see you. So good to see you. So good to see ya. All right. Anna is also here. Thank you so much. All right. Where Pilgrim says, "Color revolution equals an orchestrated or co-opted revolution in order to topple the government and replace it with a more suitable one, usually done by CIA NGO types." Yep. Thank you so much for that. Cecilia says, "Sabi's in." Yeah. All right. So, look. Hey, Yasmin. So good to see you. John says, JB, what illness do you have? I also have a chronic disease called Crohn's. It has not affected me as bad as now so far. I have ESRD, which is end stage renal disease, also known as chronic kidney failure. I go to dialysis 3 days a week. So that's what I have. You see. So, uh, wait, hang on. Hey, reality. So good to see you in the chat too. All right, creative experiments is also in the chat. Ooh, that's good. 25 dollars an hour for Pizza Hut drivers. Yeah, that's good. All right. Sinhalese is English as does pronunciation. Okay. So good to see everybody in here today. Uh so Zoya's in here? Where's Zoya? Hey, hey Zoya. So good to see you. All right, nice to have you. Welcome. Okay, so everybody, um, if only, you know. So yeah, let's continue on with the article here. Uh, so what's going on in Sri Lanka. It talks about why is the economy in such dire straits. It says economists say that the crisis stems from domestic factors such as years as mismanagement and corruption. Much of the public's ire has focused on President Rajapaksa and his brother, former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Sorry, I had to learn how to say that name better. The latter resigned May after weeks of anti-government protests that eventually turned violent. Conditions have been deteriorating in the past several years. In 2019, Easter suicide bombings at churches and hotels killed more than 260 people that devastated tourism, a key source of foreign exchange. The government needed to boost its revenues as foreign debt for big infrastructure projects soared, but instead, Rajapaksa pushed through the largest tax cuts in Sri Lanka history. Hang on. Instead, Rajapaksa, right, pushed through the largest tax cuts in Sri Lankan history. Who does that sound like? Wait a minute. Who does that sound like to you? Don't worry. I'll wait. Hmm. Isn't it nice when you actually know the political history of the United States and then you can juxtapose it to what's going on with other leaders around the world and all the faults that they did, which actually makes us into a disenfranchised position, and you see it happening in a disenfranchised position in other countries, but then instead of being like us where we're lulled to sleep, instead they rise up and go up against their government. Isn't that interesting? And yet, on top of it, the corporate media really doesn't discuss it that much, because if they really knew that people were actually taking over their government because of their being sick and tired of being sick and tired, then that would be more of, let's say, an inspiration to us to do the same, but to actually have actual demands and wanting to fulfill these demands, or at least do what our Constitution actually gives us the power to do, which is to form a new government if we see that it's not working to our benefit collectively. But what do I know? I'm just a silly socialist, right? It says the tax cuts were reversed, but only after creditors downgraded Sri Lanka's ratings, blocking it from borrowing more money as its foreign reserves sank. Then tourism flatlined again during the pandemic. So it sounds like a perfect storm for them. in last year, Rajapaksa suddenly banned imports of chemical fertilizer, then pushed for organic farming caught by farmers by surprise, and decimated staple rice crops, delivering prices higher. To save on foreign exchange, imports of other items deemed to be luxuries were also banned. Meanwhile, the country, the war in a country that starts with a U that rhymes with propane, has pushed prices of food and oil higher. Inflation was near 40%, and food prices were up nearly 60% in May, 2 months ago. So this article is in the link in the chat, but this is like a lot. They're really going through a lot in Sri Lanka. And so you have people who are literally at their wits' end. They really have nothing else to lose. And so this is what they do. They're like, you know what? We're getting this dude out, and we're not going to wait for an election. We're grabbing him by his shirt and tossing him out, which they did. They tossed him out, and they tossed him out good. I'm telling you, because there is actual documented evidence of him being tossed out. Hang on, let me get this video set up right quick. Okay. This actually kind of makes me laugh because I want this to be I want this to be our leaders. This is actually funny. I'm gonna be honest with y'all because this made me laugh because I'm just like, man, I want to see this happen to our president. Okay. Wait, do I have it all the way expanded? Okay, good. All right. So watch. I want you to see the guy that's right here in the middle of the screen. That's President Rajapaksa. Look at him run. Look at him run. Look at him run. Don't even have no security detail. Look at him run. Run, Forrest! Run! Run, Forrest! Oh my God! Look, what if that was Biden? Like what? Like yo, what if that was Biden? What if that was Biden? What if that was Trump? What if that was Obama? What if that was Bush or Clinton? Like what if? Like I would have been standing there with a pair of Nike shoes. Like here, Mr. President, put these on so you can run a little faster. Go ahead, run faster. Go ahead. Like, wait, Holly. Wait. Grapentine says Biden can't run. No, he would have fell off his bike trying to get onto that military vessel. He would have fell just like he did a few weeks ago. So yeah, Sri Lankan Prime Minister decides to run because the people scared him. That was President Rajapaksa of Sri Lanka. And because of the people storming the presidential palace and ousting him, he had to just run. Because the people said enough is enough. People were sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, yeah. And that's my thing. Exactly. This is funny because the thing is that if you're not willing to push for actual substantive change in our government, get out. Out with you. Out with you. Run. Run. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know that run. It's how we should be. Like, look. Y'all want to laugh some more? Y'all want to laugh some more? We're gonna laugh at these people's expenses, because look, if it means that the people get what they need, I'm gonna laugh at them. I'm gonna laugh at them because there's absolutely no reason why we should be like, oh, poor no, absolutely not. They failed at their job. They basically made it so that their country is a failed state. They're depending on these institutions like the IMF, the World Bank. No, get out of here. And the thing is that a lot of times they may feel like they have no other choice when really they could just reject them and try to, make it so that their country rises up, on their own without the help of the West. But unfortunately, that's what they do. They depend on the West. And the thing is that the West puts them in a position where you're pretty much screwed. So take a look. So this is inside the presidential palace. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, da, 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 just keep swimming. They're in the presidential palace and they're swimming in the presidential palace swimming pool. And then they were like, all right, well, let's get into it. Let's jump in. He's not here no more. And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you. If they're taxpayers and they pay for that residence, that's actually their pool. It's collectively theirs. So if they take a dip in the pool, go ahead. Don't pee in it though. Use them bathrooms inside. Don't be peeing in no pool though. I know some people here in the United States will be doing that shit. It's nasty. But enjoy yourself. Do a backstroke. Get some goggles. AG, I'm glad you asked. They use the president, so the White House used to have a pool. But they turned it into the White House press briefing room instead. But that was where the indoor pool and the White House used to be. Yeah. We should have a people's pool. We should have a lot of them all over. But yeah. So yeah, that's what happens after they ousted him. Like they're like Sri Lanka's on fire right now, man. Sri Lanka is lit. Like people are not having it. They're not having it right now. And all because of look, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And that's what's going on. Like, for instance, this is what's happening as well. Let's expand. And this says viral video Sri Lanka MP Rajita Senarante attacked by protesters in Colombo. They're done. They're done. They're just done. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so anybody that really had anything to do with the government, collapsing, becoming a failed state, they're holding people literally accountable. So yeah, I mean that's what's been going on, here in Sri Lanka. There's another video of what's going on that I also want to share with you all. There's a lot. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of being documented. What's going on right now? So this one is protesters breaking into the presidential palace. And if you can see, the police is outnumbered. They're outnumbered. I should have put a trigger warning right here just in case. I'm sorry. But yeah, the police officer is literally beating people with his billy club. So as you can see, the military is getting involved because, well, they basically went after their prime minister. And so it has 10 seconds left. So yeah, so this is what's also going on. And they have, significantly smaller population than we do. It's an island nation. It's significantly smaller. And so for them to have that many people, it's tremendous amount of protesters that are just sick and tired. And the thing about it is it is not like a left right issue, right? From what we see, it's basically a working class issue, right? Same thing that's happening here in the United States. Working class issues. I'm going to get to some super chats really quick. Frank Johnson says, I don't think we are circling the drain. I think we are in the drain. Yeah, you're right. We are. You're absolutely right. And, you get the last word on that. No lies told. Thank you so much. Let me see. Radical Eclectic says, don't you know don't you know you better run. Thank Thank you so much, Radical Eclectic, for the super chat. Frank Johnson says, "Come on, Sri Lanka. They not playing. We need that spirit." Yeah, we need that spirit. Because the thing is that what's really going on? That is, people really are, because of the violence of not having enough food to eat, not having enough energy to do the things that they need to do in order to survive, right? Just those things alone, they really are using self-defense against their government in order to improve their material conditions, because the people in power just aren't doing anything, and they've had enough. And my question to us here in the United States is, when is the bar so low for the rest of us that we go, you know what, enough is enough, I'm done with this, and people come out en masse and actually do something about it? When is enough going to be enough? That's my question. Because the thing is that every single time we talk about doing direct action, and every single time we talk about, stop, donating to politicians to start donating to mutual aid, then you have some out there that suddenly say, "Oh, you're doing it wrong. Oh, the Democrats are our best. They're our best chance to actually get meaningful change." Blah 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 blah. And it's just like, have you not observed the last 40 years? Have they not? Like, that's my question. Like, you're sitting here complaining and poo-pooing us for trying to actually change the material conditions by the own hand of the people, and yet somehow we're the bad guy because we don't trust the money making, profit seeking organization that you really have no hand in choosing who they put up into government. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a grift to me. The Democratic Party is one gigantic grift. That's basically what it is. And don't get me wrong, the Republican Party is also a grift. Because here's what the Republican Party does. The Republican Party will make a lot of you white people think that the reason why your life is shit is because people who look like me, people who look like Josana, people who look like Dr. Luna Oy, people who look like they came from Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, they'll make you think that people that look like them are the reason why you're in the state you're in. They'll make people who look like, people who love like me, or people who are maybe trans, as they're the problem with the country, when really it is the people that wear the cashmere sweaters, that sit there on forums, that buy up all the farmland in the country, that basically own a piece of the pharmaceutical companies that are giving jabs to people on the other side of the world, or refusing to do so to share the technology. The people that make rocket companies for reusable rockets and then electric power vehicles, those are the ones, those people, the ones who run the central banks, are actually the people you need to be blaming. Racism is a tool of the oligarchs in order to keep you separated from us. I think that the best choice would actually to let go of that prejudice thinking, toss it away from you, join us, and start fighting against the oppressor, because you're hoodwinked, you're bamboozled, just like all of us are hoodwinked and bamboozled. Because let's be real, me being with my boyfriend is not oppressing you. But these oligarchs, the ones who own companies like BlackRock, that are buying up all the residential homes in the United States and now making a nation of renters, yeah, they are the ones that are oppressing you. Somebody that is trans is not oppressing you. They're not the ones that are oppressing you. And rest assured, the only reason why they want to go up against us is because any little inkling of resistance against the power structures that be, they shoot you down. And let me tell you this, to many of the conservatives that are "don't tread on me" and you know, you're very enthusiastic about your gun rights. If you're really like that, you of all people need to be on the side of defund the police. If you're for Second Amendment rights and you're waving that "don't tread on me" flag, you should be at the front of the defund the police movement, because you literally see the governmental structures. They literally are violating our Second Amendment rights as Black people in this country. And they're literally trampling on us. They're treading on us. If you really truly believe in that, be at the forefront of defund the police too. Find a Black person, take them to the gun range, and show them how to use a firearm. Go ahead. Go ahead. Show us how to use firearms. Show us how to protect ourselves. Oh, is that too much for you? Then you're not about real class solidarity. Just say that then. Just say that you want to be, the displaced, millionaire. And also to people who are more liberal minded, those of you who are like, oh well, we can't, we don't want to team up with the conservatives. It's like, well, wait a minute. If this conservative is anti-war and this conservative actually wants healthcare, and if they actually want, housing, why aren't you going to team up with them? We can battle some of the social issues later. Right now, let's go after these economic issues, because it is not left versus right, it's top versus down. Let go of these prejudice, racist, white supremacist ideals, because those prejudice, racist, white supremacist ideals is a tool of the oppressor in order to keep us separate. Let those go. Let them go. And embrace humanity as one race. And let's go. Come on. Let's do the damn thing. Look at what the Sri Lankans are doing. Did I miss a super chat? Did I? JB is simple-minded. I'm sorry, y'all. I am very simple-minded, especially once I get into a rant. Oh, by the way, Rome and Nick are physically together in Kansas City. So after this stream, if y'all can get out and be around them and be where they are, make sure to go out there and be with them. Because they're going to be giving away diapers and all that great stuff. Make sure to do that too. Because they're doing the damn thing out there. I'm proud of them. I'm so proud of them. Just like when Rome was in LA with CJ and he was in Boston with Savvy. You got to be proud of the people at RBN, man. My brothers and sisters. Oh, and when Rome was up there with Josana in New York, oh my God. I'm just proud of them. So, okay. Just making sure I didn't miss any. Also, by the way, Rockfin, got to make sure I go to Rockfin because I can't be missing Rockfin comments because there's some based people on Rockfin. Lady Alex is also in the chat on Rockfin saying hello. It's so good to see you in here. Choir Boy is also in Rockfin. So good to see you too. And who else? Anybody else? Oh, wait. Okay, so good to see you all in Rockfin as well. Oh, that was a repeat. That's interesting. Okay, Choir Boy says, I just made my Republican son and my Dem brother a suggestion. Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican, is not taking the normal partisan rhetoric. She's actually talking issues. So I said, let's do an experiment. Let's see how, one, willing she remains, and two, she is in the system. I hope to prove the point you just made. Thank you very much for that. Hmm. And also, Lady Alex said, I don't give a fuck anymore about who has any political position. It is futile to focus on electoral politics. Thank you so much for that comment on Rockfin. But yeah, so you know what? Shoot. They said what they're going to be. Damn it. Let me take a look about the barbecue info because I want to make sure I get that out there to all of you right now. Where is it? Do. I know Roman Nick are let me see. I'm looking at Nick's let me see. Okay, so Nick said to DM him for info. In a tweet. It's in Kansas City. He doesn't have it publicly on YouTube. I'm sorry, Twitter. But yeah. So thank you very much for that. So one of the things that I also wanted to show, hang on, let me get this in here. Before I went on my rant, I want to show what somebody from Sri Lanka was saying about what's going on. Let me show you here. All right, kids, let's go.
Hi, so we are here at Golfways. This is the main place for and has been throughout since the 9th of April, and today marks the 3-month anniversary of that the first uprising. And we have seen very little change from the government side. We have seen very little action, real action from the government and the president. And the call today is unanimous. And we, as the people of Sri Lanka, have no choice but to make this call and to be here on the road today and say, because what we experience now is unprecedented. No one in our lifetime, our parents' lifetime, or even our grandparents' lifetime has seen a crisis like this, and with so little effort from those in power to make real change. So we as people are claiming back our power, and we are here on the streets.
So, first of all, I want you guys to look right behind this guy. What does that look like? Right there in the middle behind on the wall. That banner. And it talks about struggle. That looks pretty left and working class. So with that being said, I mean, I hope that NGOs are not, behind it. But, in the event that they aren't, I stand with the Sri Lankan people. Because, just like she said, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they're tired of the inaction by their government. Yes. First of all, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. AG says, yo, that's a dope flag, by the way. Yeah, definitely. You're right. So it says something about struggle. Yeah. Yes, that is a fist. It is very similar. That's used in workers uniting, people unite. The basically what I like to say, the fist of solidarity. You don't see this with right wing. You see this typically with workers, more of a left solidarity type of imagery. So, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it can be considered as a winning position actually. I think turning point of this struggle.
The protesters
entered
the secretariat.
And then the presidential house also. Yeah, I think now then there is no return. We have to win this thing in the protest.
So yeah. Creative Experiment says World Socialist website has been covering the Sri Lankan uprising for the last few years. They are very organized on the ground, very organic. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. All right. Okie dokie. And I think this is going to be the last video that I'm going to be sharing out of Sri Lanka, because I wanted to give that the most attention, because how many people in corporate media are actually talking about it? They're not going to talk about it as much, because it is basically a class uprising, and they don't want to talk about things like that unless they have absolutely no choice but to talk about it. Woo! Look at that! That is a lot of people. That is a lot of people. And that's what happens when, when you band together with people. AG says CNN covered this for 3 minutes. See? I've been on. I've literally covered this longer than CNN has, and I've been on for about an hour now. I've been covering what happened in Sri Lanka for right now. I'm not sure if it was 100,000, but if that's the case, that's a lot of people, especially for that country. Okay. Well, I just hope that, they get the government that they want, because the thing is that they need self-determination. Unfortunately, the United States and many countries in the West do not believe in self-determination for governments from their own people. They really want its determination from the United States. Now, this is also a stream to show that this is not the only country that uprisings are happening in, right? I'm going to show you guys a couple more. JB got a lot of stuff to show. This is JB's show and tell. Oh, really? Hang on. It's crackling? Is it still bad? That's not good. Yeah, I can't reset the stream because that means I will have to end the broadcast. Mic check testing. All right. Mic check testing. Is it still breaking up? Can you guys still hear me, or better now? Gucci? Are we Gucci? All right, so I just changed it a little bit, something. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know. Okay. But what is going on right now is there is some uprisings in other countries as well. So we're going to go here. Thanks for the lookout, everybody. You guys are the best. Poland! What's going on in Poland? Polish farmers in Warsaw protest against the government politics destabilizing production by raising interest rates, which doesn't stop inflation. So the Polish farmers are also going up against the government. Let's watch. So you really don't hear much of anything that's being said unless you can understand, Polish. But they're basically marching in the streets in Poland. But because they're rising up against their own government. Now, this seems more subdued because, you don't see the police attacking anybody and they're pretty much going, you know, it's kind of parade like, to be honest with you. But they're also standing up to their government as well. And then, hang on, let me see what's here. Yes. Now, so it's going on in Poland. And what's another country that's going on? What's another country? Italy. Italy says the farmers of Boran City came to the streets and blocked the roads and protested the living conditions and the new environmental laws. Now, this is in Italy. What's going on there? Let's check it out.
Dovreste venire tutti con noi perché mancherà il pane sulla tavola a queste condizioni. Non ce la facciamo più! Non ce la facciamo più! Dovreste essere con noi! A Roma, sì, a Roma dobbiamo andare! A Roma perché non è più possibile! Ehi!
So yeah, that is in Italy. So you have uprisings in Italy, as well as let's go to another country. I ain't done, y'all. Oh my goodness. Albania? Albania? This is out in Albania.
Me krimin dhe një farë forme tashmë është e angazhuar për të pastruar paratë e krimit dhe këtë e lidhin edhe me nismën e fundit të qeverisë.
It says massive protests in Tirana, Albania against rising fuel prices, food prices, and against government corruption. So this is what's going on in Albania. Look at all those people in Albania. Now, let's go to this article here as well. This is from Reuters. So this one talks about Dutch farmers in the Netherlands protest by blocking supermarket distribution centers. So this is in Amsterdam. This was on the 4th of July. Dutch farmers, angered by government's plan that may require them to use less fertilizer and reduce livestock, began a day of protest in the Netherlands Monday by blocking supermarket distribution hubs in several cities. And so it says at the heart of the protest are targets introduced last month to reduce harmful nitrogen compounds by 2030, the latest attempt to tackle a problem that has plagued the country for years. Reductions are necessary for emission of nitrogen oxides from farm animal manure and from the use of ammonia and fertilizer, the government says, estimating a 30% reduction in the number of livestock needed is needed. It says high intensity farming of cows, pigs, and other animals have made the Netherlands Europe's leading emitter of the substance. Construction and traffic also contribute. Dutch and European courts have ordered the Dutch government to address the problem. Farmers say they have been unfairly singled out and have criticized the government's approach. So, unfortunately, this is affecting small farmers, not the larger farms. See, the big, industrial farms, they can adapt because they literally have the money to do so. But these small farms are not. And so the thing that people really aren't getting is that, like, here's my question. If this is really truly a problem, why aren't you starting with the biggest contributors first? Who are, instead of individuals, why not the big corporations? Thank you. Thank you. Cows and pigs are bad. Private jets and yachts are a-okay. Yeah, like really make that make sense. Like that's like the United States going after, small or locally owned farms here in the United States, whereas they're not going after, let's say, the US military, which is one of the largest polluters in the United States. They're not going after, the airlines, which also contribute heavily to polluting. They're not going after the big corporations. They're actually going after the smaller farmers. So let's be real. They're using it under the guise of, trying to fix climate change. And it's like, wait a minute, though. Yes, we do care about climate change, but you want to go after the biggest people first, especially who are the biggest purveyors of this. And then on top of it, you'll have people who go, like, for instance, one of the things that they did was they actually lowered the speed limit to reduce on emissions by cars. My question is, why are we just trying to lower the speed limit for emissions by cars instead of just building mass public transit so that people aren't using cars as much anymore? And make the public transit electric to reduce carbon emissions? I mean, wouldn't that be a better choice? Instead of just trying to make people drive less or drive slower? Like, what? You see, the thing is that they always try to tackle the symptoms, but never the underlying problem. And this goes to show that, you get a lot of people who, are socially democratic that say, well, we need to be more like the Netherlands and we need to be more like Scandinavian countries. And it's like, well, here you go. Here you go. Thank you, Eric. Says 100 companies responsible for 71% of all greenhouse gas emissions. Why are we not tackling these 100 companies? Why are you going after the little small farmers? Why are you doing that? Because if you tackle the little small farmers, the small independent farmers, and if they go out of business, then where's the food going to come from? The big corporate factory farms that are owned by multinationals. And that's all of our food is going to come from. And only them are going to control our food production. Do you make that make sense? says Dan says farmers market protests have been happening on a larger scale in Maine in the last decade, transformed their food economy. Still not garden cities, but it can matter. Yeah. Yeah, they just ban things instead of investing in workable solutions. Like for instance, factory farming. Like, why? Oh, hang on. Let me go back to this. Um, Back to the article. So it says previous rounds of protests have included unruly demonstrations outside the homes of politicians and lawmakers, which drew condemnation from Prime Minister Mark Rutte and did not increase public support for the cause. In 2020, the government set a national speed limit of 100 kilometers per hour in an attempt to ease emissions. So it's like you're blaming the individual for a systemic problem, and you should go after the system, instead. Salgado says, look carefully at who you buy from at farmers markets. Big ag is trying to ruin them. I need to have a farmer on to talk about start growing your own food. I really do, because that is deeply important as well. Um, it's just a lot, man. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, let me. What was I? Oh, I remember. I had to remind myself. JB's getting old, y'all. All right, so yeah. There's more countries joining in. There's a lot of countries that are joining in because they're sick and tired of, you know, of all this.
Checking in on producers around the world now, we continue to follow the Dutch farmer protest, where you can see them protesting through the streets of one of the largest and oldest cities in the Netherlands. And they're not alone. Farmers all over Europe are rising up in support. And this video shows producers in Germany joining that movement as well. And there's a situation in Italy. Support continues to grow, and we'll continue to follow this story and its global impact. Checking in on producers.
So it's also happening in Germany now. So it just goes to show that it's really happening all over, because they're putting these restrictions on farmers where the local ones they can't produce. And so if they can't produce, then that means they go out of business. If they go out of business, then the large factory farms take over. and the large factory farms take over, then guess what? That's more money going to these big corporations. So there is a farmer that actually had something to say. This is by a gentleman named, let me see, tweet by Garethwin Jones, and it's his thoughts on what's going on. So let's take a listen.
I've just been tagged in a protest going on in Italy. So we've got Italian farmers, we've got farmers from the Netherlands, and we've got German farmers protesting now. It just makes me think, to see all these farmers protesting, we have got major problems with government policies, and we should be all coming together as farmers, as family farms, as industry leaders, to work together to put pressure on government to stop forcing these stupid implications and blaming farmers for every problem there is on God's earth. We are part of the solution to grow food, to make sure our environment is healthy, and to keep that balance with nature. We can do this, but we have to have the support of government. And by taking our businesses and our way of life away, you are just causing a rift and bigger problems. So come on, farmers of the world, unite. Let's make sure we can get people to listen, because we know people want to be fed in a sustainable, regenerative and affordable way. And farmers are the people to do it. Busy day on the Vela, living the dream.
So yeah. Let me ask you guys in the chat. I know that we're already in a crisis because we live in a failed state. And I know that a food crisis is already here in a way, but it's going to intensify. As it intensifies towards fever pitch levels, how long do you think it'll be before people are out in the streets in regards to food production? Give me a timeline. Give me a timeline in the chat. How many of you think that it's going to happen? Like put number one if you think it's going to happen in 6 months. Number two, if you think it's going to happen within 1 year. Number three, if you're going to think it's going to happen between 1 and 3 years. Because I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, I honestly think that if because the United States would do something like this too, and it would basically be a neoliberal government that does it, that says, oh, we want to help climate change, but we have to start with these regulations where they're going to cripple local farmers, because really local farmers are just small business owners, but then the big corporate farmers are going to be fine, right? So they're basically making it the environment and inhospitable to small or local farms, but they're gonna keep hospitable for the big corporate farms. And my thing is that why don't you break up these large corporate farms, or have subsidies for the smaller farms, or have subsidies for ones that switch, like for instance their fertilizer to fertilizer that doesn't have ammonia in it, you know like, but the thing is they don't want to do that. So yeah, that's what's going on around the world. There's a lot of workers uprising. By workers, I also mean farmers that are uprising because it's like they can't sustain themselves. People can't sustain themselves, and they're making it even more difficult for people to actually live. So yeah, Lonely Bee says you need ammonia to put nitrogen in the soil. Hmm, interesting. True. Cow fart crap again, not industry, military, auto, just farmers. Yeah. Like if you really wanted to tackle the climate change, like for instance, here in the United States, close down all the military bases, cut the military budget by 95%. You could do that. You want to discourage people from driving their cars? Build mass public transit. From what I have seen, it was China that built 39,000 kilometers worth of high speed rail in their country. Now, China has a landmass that's very similar to the landmass of the United States. Though China has 4 times as many people, they have over 1 billion people in their country. And they have, about half, about, let's say, so their entire high speed train track that they have in their country is about half the amount of road that we have in all of our interstate highways here in the United States. And China built it, you know, at the cost of $600 billion. So that being said, let's just say it cost us $2 trillion. So I more than doubled the amount that it would, you know, that from what it cost China that it'll cost us. So let's say it's $2 trillion, right? To build a high speed rail that covers the almost 80,000 kilometers of, you know, the almost 80,000 kilometers of interstate highways that we have if we made high speed rail within this country to crisscross across the country, right? That being said, it would be a worthwhile investment, right? And so if we can do it, high speed electric rail, then that would discourage not only, not discourage, but it would take a lot of cars off the road because people would start, using that as a more efficient way. People also start saving money, the susceptibility of getting into an auto accident precipitously drops. Then on top of that, you don't have to worry about gas prices, right? On top of that, you don't also have to worry about insurance prices. And you don't have to worry about having a car note. See what I mean? Mass public transit would actually be not only a boon to the economy, but also the construction of it could also be a huge boom as well. 80,000 kilometers of high speed rail in the United States. And call it whatever the hell you want. You can call it a mirror rail, you know, a mirror track. I'm not trying to use Amtrak, but you know, that could do it. And it could be a huge infrastructure project that could help a lot of people. But unfortunately, every single time you try to do something like that, then, you know,
then they're like, oh, we don't want to be like China. It's like, well, they virtually got rid of homelessness in their country. I mean, they have done some good things. You know, you may disagree with them on some things, but one thing you can agree on is that, they have done some good things. Hell, I mean, this country is a failed state. True Sarong says, JB, the truth in some industry needs to be lost leaders. Healthcare, energy, high speed rail, housing too. Yeah, I agree. I don't care if they operate at a loss. The thing is that it is not needed for profit. Like, let me. This country is such a failed state. Let me show y'all something, because I was talking to somebody about this too. I'm gonna show you how much of a failed state we live in, and they've been making it like this for a long time, long time. Okay, let me find this. This is an article. Hopefully, I'm not paywall, but I probably am. Oh, and I gotta show y'all something too. This is kind of off topic, but that's gonna be, it'll be more lighthearted towards the end. Uh, God, these stupid. I can't stand these dumb. I can't stand these paywall sites. And even when you have an ad blocker, oh, can you disable your ad blocker? Because we use ads to make money. Man, fuck y'all. Hang on. Let me see if I can circumvent this. Ay, ay, ay. These people get on my nerves. Wow. All right. Whatever. So I'm just gonna have to. I think I have my phone, so I can just read it to y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to share it, but they want me to have an account, which is dumb, and I don't want to have an account with these people. Um, don't you love capitalism? Let me see if I can. I think I had it. Okay. All right. So this is from Business Insider. Uh, oh no, that's a different one. I wanted to show it, but unfortunately, I can't find. I don't have it up. I know the information. I just wanted to post it on here for receipts wise. But basically, what's going on is that uh, half of adults in the United States from ages 16 to I think it's 79 have a sixth grade education. Oh, sorry, a sixth grade reading level or lower. That being said, that 130 million Americans can only read up to a sixth grade level. Now, my question is, what happens when you increase the illiteracy of a people? Well, let's look at my people, for instance, right? it was considered illegal for my ancestors to know how to read and write. Why? Because knowledge is power. And so when you know better, you can do better. That being said, if they are essentially dumbing down the nation, they don't want you to know what's really going on so that they can continue to use you just to be a workhorse, a laborer, and not know the power that you have. You can't study the history of, uprisings by the people. And as the old phrase goes, those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it, which is what the oligarchs in this country and the oppressors want to do. They want to repeat the history of what happened, in Nazi Germany. They want to repeat the history that happened during slavery. They want to repeat the history of what happened in Jim Crow. They want to repeat the history of what happened during, the serfs and the lords and the people who owned the land and had the serfs, tilling the land. So that being said, they don't want you to know what happened in the past so that you'll continuously just keep falling for the same trick over and over and over. And so the mere fact that half of adults in the United States cannot read above a sixth grade level, that's on purpose. Because if you look at other countries, especially a lot of socialist countries, their reading levels are typically higher, much higher. Why? Is it because they actually want their people to be well read and know what the fuck is going on? Yes. So that's why it's very important. But I want to also show you guys something. And I saw this and I laughed. I'm sorry. I laughed. What's this? Okay. Let me. Okay. And I laughed simply because people aren't stupid. People can smell BS from a mile away. Let me share my screen. Leftism for You on Twitter shared a video. Leftism for You says Ilhan Omar got booed on stage at a concert featuring Somali singer Soldan Sirar in Minnesota last night. People in the crowd chanted, "Get out," and shouted, "Get the fuck out of here." Oh boy. Let us commence.
Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, please. No, please. Okay. Wait, hey, wait, hey, wait, wait. Wait, hey.
everybody doing in Minneapolis? So I'm excited on behalf of everybody.
Get the fuck out of here! Fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! No, feel bad for her, bro.
The dude, wait. The dude was literally pleading for them to stop booing. Hang on. Go back. Hang on. Bro is literally pleading with them to stop booing. He's like, please stop booing her. Like, look, the people are going to talk. And by the way, there's a big Somali population in Minneapolis. No doubt there's a lot of Somali people here for this Somali artist supporting him. And guess what? They were like, they saw their own up there and they were like, boo. They know what's up. They know. That's the crazy part, man. She was the one that on early in her career spoke out, she spoke out against, what Israelis were doing against the Palestinian people, and next thing you know, she folds. Joe Biden decides to bomb Somalia, and next thing you know, at the most they'll get strongly worded letters. And now she goes to a concert with all of her people there, and she gets booed. Not because she didn't support the president, but because she supported the president. And her daughter's just sitting there on the sideline. She's just like, I told you, mama, you should have went the other direction, but you ain't listened to me. Because her daughter is more based than she is. Let's be honest. Her daughter knows what's up. For some reason, she isn't taking that cue from her daughter. He's saying, please, baby, please, stop booing. Yo, he gave. You saw him give up? Hang on. Wait.
No, feel bad for her, bro.
Wow. I mean, The people talked. People let you know what was up. A lot of people who were there were also of Somali descent who came for that country. Some of them maybe even be refugees, just like Ilhan. And they said, "Get your ass out of here. We do not even want to see your face." And if they feel that way about her, makes you wonder how they feel about Biden, right? Bombing their people in their home country, causing, you know, the issues that, they actually had to flee from, or helping to exacerbate those issues where they had to flee from. This tweet was from July 3rd. Yeah, July 3rd. So, just to give you guys a backstory, I just thought it was funny because I was just like, damn, even her own people really know what's up. So, let me make sure I expand this. All right, so this one's on July 3rd, last week. Excuse me. By Jacob Yusuf. Says, at a concert celebrating Somali Independence Day featuring Somali singer Sultan Sirar in Minneapolis, Minnesota last night, Ilhan Omar was invited on stage where she received a tremendous welcoming, a roar of boos and get out. Yikes! As if being accused of marrying. Damn, I did not know that, but oh, she's with a white guy. Accused is says the Minnesota representative was booed by her own community. As it turns out, when people go to a concert, maybe just give them what they pay for. She was unable to give the award because the boos became louder every single time she opened her mouth. She and everyone else on stage awkwardly laughed and tried to calm the audience down by moving their hands. Maybe controlling the people is desirable for the Democratic who shows disdain for American institutions, but you can't lower the audience volume by simply waving your hand. Wow. Hmm. Oh boy. Poor Ilhan. Well, the people spoke. The people spoke in Poland. People spoke in Italy. People are speaking in Germany. People are speaking in Netherlands. People are speaking in Sri Lanka. That's what we see going on right now around the world. I can't wait till people start speaking out very loudly here in the United States. That would be a sight to see. Uh oh, you know I wasn't serious. But yeah, and maybe one day, you know, we can go swimming. Though I wouldn't do it in that water thing in the National Mall, like, no, I think that stuff is probably dirty and nasty. Don't swim in that. But maybe their presidential pool is still underneath there, where the White House briefing room is. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe they didn't fill it up with concrete. So, yeah, so I just like maybe actually do what the people want. Maybe actually, put up a true fight against people even in your own party. What about being actually hostile to your own party? But that's never going to happen. They're not going to do that because people need to really peep the game of the Democratic Party, that the Democratic Party actually works with the Republican Party. They work in tandem with each other in order to really boost up the oligarchs in this nation so that the oligarchs actually have more fuller control over the rest of us. Because ultimately, the oligarchs just want to own everything, including you and me. That being said, in a sense, they already kind of do, because every single time you go to work, you're in a totalitarian regime because they own everything and they tell you exactly what to do, and you have no democratic say over what goes on at your job. I'm all for spreading democracy, but first I want to spread democracy to the workplace. So, I'm going to tell you something. Black people are the canary in the coal mine. They saw what they could successfully do to us, and so therefore now they're going to be willing to do it to you. They saw that they were able to subject us to slavery. They saw that they were able to subject us to these policies where they put us into these private prisons and work as slaves. You know that the 13th Amendment still allows for slavery, and it doesn't differentiate who it still allows for slavery. So therefore, you're still at risk, even if you're white, because they realize that all y'all can be slaves too. Y'all can be wage slaves and workers for them and laborers for them while they can steal all your wealth and well, basically house you just enough so that you don't own anything, but you can survive, and feed you just enough so that you keep coming back to work and work in perpetuity forever for them. So, yeah, they're trying to own you too. And we're trying to tell you, team up with all of us. Take that racism, take that white supremacy, move it to the side, get it out of your minds, decolonize your mind, and then come with us and let's kick these motherfuckers out. But some people don't listen, unfortunately. And here, you know what the bad part is? A lot of people don't listen until something bad happens to them. That's what happens. How many people didn't care about healthcare until something bad happened to them or somebody they loved? So it's going to happen to you. Yes, exactly, Eric. We are nothing but people to extract wealth from. So yeah, that was the JB show for today. I just want to thank all of you guys for coming in and joining. Make sure you let me check Rockfin. Let me see. Thank you so much to everyone and Rockfin for watching. All of you. Thank you everyone to uh Eric. I didn't see you in the chat. Good to see you, man. Um so yeah, continue to just talk to people, you know. And you don't have to be forceful with it. Like anytime you see somebody complaining about the system, use that as an opportunity to talk to them about why things are the way they are and remind them, their power. Remind them that they have the power, you know, and then try to do what you can to help take care of them, even if it's just in kind words and helping them emotionally. Be a human being. Express solidarity just through your heart and how you help people. You know, we may not have any money, but we definitely have kind words. We have energy that we can use to assist others. We can help teach others. So that is something that we can definitely do. Also, please make sure to keep an eye on this channel. I know that Rome and Nick are together in Kansas City today. So check in with them. What? Yawning? The hell? And please let them know, if you want to come and help out, then, reach out to them, tag them, you know, they'll definitely see. Um, this week on my channel, if you guys are, looking at my channel, the JB Font channel, you guys can look at what I got coming up. Well, what I got coming up is my reading of Dirty Truths by Michael Parenti. So I'll be doing that next. I might stream that today and upload it today. Oh man, I wish. I'm too broke to do it. I can't. I just went through a whole housing thing in my, which I'm still trying to, you know, hel- you know, help myself through. And there's a lot of people who gave me mutual aid to help through that. So everything went basically towards that. So that's something that I'm trying to, continuously work through. But I definitely appreciate it. I would love to be out there. Um, Let me see. There we go. So yeah, this is my channel. If you guys don't know, so if you guys would like to go to my channel and subscribe, if you guys like, my streams here, then you guys can get more of me. You know, like, if you want a piece of me, then here you go, people. And these are some of my latest videos. I had Shama Sawant, Terrence Cudney, and then I spoke with an activist that is in Akron, Ohio, about the police killing of Jalen Walker. And then, of course, this was a week ago, my reading of Dirty Truths by Michael Parenti, which I will be doing another reading very soon. So you guys can take a look at that. So yeah, let me put my let me put the link to my channel in the chat so you guys have easy access to that. Yeah, Red, you're absolutely right. Definitely. So yeah, if you guys would like to go ahead and go to my channel if you want to see more about moi. Also, just to let you guys know, I'm also on Rockfin, as you all know, and I'm also on Rumble. So then you guys can catch me on Rockfin and Rumble and Twitch. I'm also on Twitch. So thank you all so very much. Be like Anna. Just subscribe. Thank you so much. But yeah. Anywho, we are now at the end of the line. I would love to thank all of you for joining. If you guys have not yet, please leave a like for this stream. Should I do a like check? I should do a like check. If you guys haven't liked the stream, then that means that you don't like me. And if you don't like me, then that makes me sad. And if JB's sad, then that's not good. I thought I liked y'all. I thought you liked me. I like y'all. So we're at 264 likes. Can we get 10 more likes? 10. Just a little 10. Anywho, man, that caffeine wore off quick. It wore off. Anywho, I hope you guys continue to water your plants, water yourselves, leave the world better than you found it. Like I always say, smoke them if you got them, drink them if you got them, read them if you got them, and, express solidarity with your fellow workers and let people know how much power they have. And remember, you got the power. Hey, hey, hey. I got the power.